Yeah. Welcome back. I am your host with the most, TheChronicToast. And today, we're diving right back into BattleTech Extended 3025 Commander's Edition mod for BattleTech by HBS. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I'm stoked. We're diving right back in here on these post-Turkey Day shenanigans, at least here in the States. If you're out and abroad, specifically in Canada, I think you guys and gals had Turkey Day over a month ago. It is what it is. But chowed down on turkey, got that tryptophan in the system, slept it off, had some secondary munchies of that today, and now we're ready to dive on in. If you're out there watching this on YouTube when this goes up over there on that website, how you doing? I'm waving to you from the past to your future in the present. Aw, yeah. We're taking a look at where we are today, and what we're doing is diving back in on the planet of Mulang, I think is what we came and settled in on the terms of description and pronunciation the last time around. And we're going to get stuck in and see how it goes. As always, if the audio sounds good, fantastic. If it does not, please let me know here in chat. Please let me know over on YouTube if there's an issue, and we'll get that all sorted on out. Hopefully everyone had a good holiday, at least here in the States. I know it's been a holiday week going into a holiday weekend. This is indeed a bonus stream. Specifically, usually we end up streaming every Monday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in the States from the amazingly dry and busy state of Utah. And right now it's a Friday, and we're trying to get a few hours in here of some crazy shenanigans. So that is what we're going to do with 707 days left on the score. We're planning to play past that, but it's all a fun pile of adventure no matter what we do. So where are we at? What are we doing? Last time around, we had some mechs that were a little bit wrecked up, but we got those repaired on up, and we are almost broke. We only have 580,000 funds in the bank, and finances are projecting 565,000. So that means we've got 15,000 C-bills, give or take a few hundred, of buffer, and that's not super fantastic. So we traveled here to this system looking for some really good contracts, and needless to say, I don't think we really came across those. We have a large number of 2.5 skull missions, which could be very, very dangerous, but we were looking for 2 skull missions, just trying to get that bank account up a little bit higher. Needless to say, it hasn't worked out as well as we had hoped, but we're going to get stuck and we're going to see what we can do in order to try to get that bank account balance pushing back up a little bit. And as always, for those that are new to the channel or haven't really been paying attention too much, just due to, stopping on by and checking out things from time to time, we are indeed playing on some of the most difficult settings possible for the BEX3025 mod. That means 8 pieces per mech as far as building. Just about everything is on stingy or low salvage or things of that nature. And it's a little bit of an adventure. Oh, man, for sure. Hey, Tank here. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the adventure. How's it going, my good friend? My good sir? My good ma'am? Whatever it may be. Hopefully things are going well. I've got some caffeine in my system, working through the remainder of turkey leftovers as well. So we might be a little bit sleepy at some point, but it's all right. We're doing good. Yeah, it's good. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Yeah, it's been an interesting day on our side. Eating turkey leftovers, watching a few things here and there. Mini Toast and Mrs. Toast are hanging out, but ready to go and snooze on down. And so as a result, figured I'd sneak off and get some streaming in, get some bonus stuff going on. So, Tanker says, I also went through toe bottles of mead last night. Oh, man. What kind of mead are we talking about? Are we talking about like honey mead, or are we talking about apple mead, or what? Because depending on what it is, that really sets up the foundation for understanding the scale of the situation. Honey mead. Oh boy. Honey mead usually isn't so horrible, but it goes down so well. Craig0077, welcome to the chat. Happy Thanksgiving, Chronic. Well, happy Thanksgiving right back to you. Happy Black Friday. I know a few people that have gone out to go and get store details, store deals and stuff like that. Kind of like, oh man, I want everybody to be safe. But I know a lot more people that have gone out and did some really cool shopping online this year. So if anyone got anything really cool, any big ticket items, whether it be a television, a Tesla, I don't know, Rubik's Cube, post it here in chat. Post it over in the comment section down below if you're watching on YouTube. And we can chat about it. For me on my end, didn't really get much of anything today, sadly. With a mini toast in my life, yeah, there's not much spare cash, spare C-bills floating around. So it is what it is. Oh, yeah. So we're taking a look today at these two missions. We could do B Team, which pays pretty good. We're going to be prioritizing C bills because we are 15,000 C bills away from being bankrupt. That being said, basically, we're bringing in one pilot on one mech to go in and, work with some urban mechs and a commando and whatnot. So it's not super ideal. I don't recall on this mission if we need to go in and keep everybody alive or just one, but maybe that's the way that is with tag team. So with tag team, it looks pretty cool. Basically, joint task force of pirate and pirate units operating openly on the planet. You'd hunt them down and turn them into scrap. So this is a 2 skull that could flex to a 3, but because pirates are involved, it could flex to a 3.5 skull mission. So this 2 skull could be just devastating. That could be really, really bad. So for today, I think we're going to start out doing the B team. I think we're going to dive on into that. That'll be pretty cool. And we'll get to see if we hear Flapjack or, Stubbs or whoever else it is going to be there. But we are prioritizing C bills. 500,000 C bills would be a good starting spot. Pick 0, get 3. Not too shabby. And it is for the Draconis Combine. So we are going to be getting some pretty cool situations where things will be all right. Looks like we've got Guana over here on the Commando. All right, pilot. Stubble over on the Panther. Again, pretty decent gunnery. And Pontoon with Urban Mech with 1 gunnery. Oh, that's not great. I think there's a joke in here somewhere where tactically, that's usually for scouts, that the Urban Mech is the scout. Not really sure. It's not super great. That's for sure. Oh, man. Hopefully, again, everyone's having a good one. We're here to try to get some more time back into BattleTech, progress the story and narrative a little bit, and generally just hang out. Hang out with everyone here on the amazing random craziness that is the internet community for BattleTech. Aw, yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. That's what we're talking about. So the question is, who do we want to put in here? We need a pretty decent individual. We've got an R mod for some ridiculous damage, plus 40 melee damage, plus a whole style of SRMs. So we're gonna look for a balanced pilot here. Hanja Falconbot could be pretty good. I want to try to find someone if we can that has some maneuvering abilities. And so it might very well be Harry78. He's got the bonus for moving. He's got the bonus for standing still. That's a pretty decent place to start, unless we find anyone else that's interesting out there. Flavolicious could be a pretty solid choice, all things considered, but we don't really have the best weapon setup to split fire multi-shot. We could go with Don Zappa. We get some sensor lock action going on, or Death Fox. But I think all things considered, I think we'll leave with Harry78, the man, the myth, the legend himself, that is in charge of the BEX3025 mod. So with that, I think we're set to try to dive on in. This is a 2 skull mission. It could flex higher. Fingers crossed it flexes down and we get paid. That would be fantastic. We're going to hit that deploy button. Oh, Darius. Darius, you're not giving me confidence. You're not giving me confidence at all. We're bringing a medium, and that's not enough. Oh, boy. Well, ladies and gents, whew. Yeah, Craig, you're absolutely right. It usually is pretty helpful to have a sensor locker. Um, oh, yeah. That's a really good point, because we don't. The longest range weapons we have on here are. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna bring Don Zappo in. He still has the ability to keep evasion pips as he bails and goes forward, but since this mech down here doesn't really have much long range, a sensor lock could be useful. That's a really good call. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna just work through what Darius has to say. We're gonna ignore it. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm going to reach down into the grab bag of voicedom, grab a voice that we haven't used in a little while, and we're going to see what we get. Oh, buddy, time to get some Diet Coke, swig it on down. It's going to be an adventure. Oh, boy. Good stuff. Take care, Sade. Yeah, I think you need a heavy or something for this mission. Yeah, probably. Probably. Take says, at least you don't have to worry about 3/4 of the team dying. True. I don't know if this mission is the one that requires us to keep everybody alive or only one. I've run across it both ways, it feels like, so we'll find out. We have to capture the decommissioned base, which is cool. And 500,000 C bills, pick 0, get 3, 2 skulls. Should be all right.
We're training a group of mech warriors to act as a local defense force, and we'd like you to assist in their training. There's a decommissioned local government base that we need to take ownership of. As it's undefended, this is a perfect opportunity for our trainees to practice operating as a team in a low-risk environment. We need you to send along a single experienced mech warrior to keep an eye on them and model good behavior for them.
This seems like a mission where afterwards we'll say, "It was supposed to be undefended, Commander. Be prepared."
Yeah, you're probably right, Darius. Ugh. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We're diving on in. This is an ugly looking city. Ugh. So all we gotta do is just walk in there and stand around? This job sounds like bull crap to me. I want to learn how to shoot, not stand around.
Oh, I don't know. The mission sounds good to me. I need more practice driving this thing anyway. Let's confirm the base is undefended, Commander. Move up to this location and you should be able to get eyes on the base.
Can we blow up some of the buildings? Oh boy. Tanja Falkenbach, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Tanja's asking, what's wrong with us? Oh man, there's a lot of things, but you know what? We're playing BattleTech, and that's not one of them. I don't think. How's it going, man? How's it going? Hopefully your adventure in life is going all right. Ours is just beginning today. Let's take a look on where we are at right now. It looks like we are not backed into a corner on this side. Question is, are we on this side? We are. So we're unlikely to see reinforcements coming on either of our flanks. We just got to move up and scout the base. Fingers crossed, it's nothing too crazy. So we're going to basically go up here to Main Street, hang a left, and then just work our way straight up.
On the move.
And we shall see what happens. As is with everything BattleTech, all the plans in the world are going to go completely awry the moment we make contact with an enemy Op 4. Very, very rarely does everything go according to plan. And so in this particular situation, we're going to come straight up and then figure out where we're going. Looks like they do have turrets. That's not good for us. That's not good for us. Oh, man. Tanja says, I mean your voice. You sound like you have a cold or however is the right translation. I mean, we're doing voiceovers. All sorts of crazy stuff, man. Yeah. Well, turrets are not quite what I was hoping for. This could get very expensive. The question is, are there any other mechs up here other than turrets? So far, I'm not seeing any. Because dealing with turrets straight up is going to get very painful. So to scout the base and eliminate the base turrets, there's nothing about keeping anybody alive. We're going to move up here and see what we got eyes on.
There's the base up ahead. It looks empty.
That sucks. Can I shoot some of the buildings anyway? Huh. I'm picking up engine signatures, boss. Reinforcements, and they're headed your way.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I don't want to die. Get your lance into that base, Commander, and hold out till our employer can get some more people on the ground.
Subscriber mode
Danny
activated.
King. Oh, man. Thank you very much for the subscription. 10 months, man. 10 months subscribed. Dude, that is fantastic. Oh, man. Thank you very, very much. Danny King says, sorry I can only stay for a precious few minutes, but wanted to swing by and say hey. Dude, it's always awesome to see you, DK. It's always been an adventure. Thank you very much,
Subscriber
man.
mode activated.
And Tanja Falkenbach as well. Oh, man. Gifting a sub. Oh, dude, over to Tank Hair, man. Fantastic stuff. Dude. Oh, man. Such an awesome, awesome time. Thank you very, very much. Tank Hair, welcome officially to the adventure, my good friend. That puts your name into our pilot queue. So next time we get a chance to, get a pilot here because we need to hire one or one of them didn't make it when they objected. Yeah, you get a chance to be part of the crew. Yeah, what a time to come back. Oh, baby. Hey, Darius, didn't they say the base was decommissioned?
Yeah. Why? Do you have something?
Those are turrets, boss, and they're not offline. They're powering up and pinging me and the leopard.
Turrets? And they're gonna shoot at us? Wait, I thought this.
Oh, yeah, live fire, baby. Whew. This is going to get expensive. This is going to get expensive. Oh, man, that's not what we need right now either. Well, worst comes to worst, we're going to do what we can, and if we have to hit that withdrawal button, we will. The main mech that we are going to try to salvage is, of course, Don Zappo in our Griffin. Everything else is a little bit beyond what we want to deal with right now. And I'm not going to worry about it either way if that is the case. We can jump up and get some shots in, so we're going to do so, protecting that right arm as much as we possibly can. Oh, yeah, and we're going to keep working on this turret up there. It is a just-in-case turret, it looks like. It got a lot of internal structure, but it's PPC, it's small laser, and right now, at least, that's what we're dealing with. Reinforcements are out here somewhere. Hopefully, it's not going to be super, super horrible, but I have my concerns. We can't get any line of sight fire from where we are with the Urban Mech, so we're going to sprint on in as fast as we can, which isn't very fast at all.
Affirmative.
Ooh, oh boy. Oh yeah, man. But seriously, awesome stuff. Thank you very much for the subscription, DK, and thank you very much for the gift sub, Tanja, to Tank Care. That is fantastic, man. That is amazing stuff. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Tank Care now has the burnt toast symbol, but it's the big giant fist of victory, because we're going to be getting here to melee soon enough. Oh yeah, our Griffin's going to get in here and whoosh whoosh away with all of our SRMs. We're not going to be husbanding our shots until we get to 100 ammo or less, simply because if our ammo's above that, it's over half an ammo bin. And I don't want our mech to explode due to an ammo explosion, so we're going to just fire everything away as fast as we can. And there we go, turret destroyed. Aw, yeah.
One less turret. I'm good at math.
Enemy turn is coming. We don't see anyone yet on radar, which means we get at least one more turn to work on some turrets. We're probably going to be facing 2 turrets at once, which isn't ideal. But we're going to do what we can to get up here nice and close to see what we have. We have a light shredder turret, SRM-12 and flamers, and then an AC-10. The AC-10 has a single knockout punch. We're going to try to focus this down if possible. Our commandos doing a good job, but it's only a 2D. It only effectively has so much firepower, and yeah, there's only so much you can do. Can we get closer? We can. We're going to do that here with the Panther. At the very least, we can possibly get some attention sent our way with the Panther. Not really sure, but we're going to keep going for it. Getting the SRM-4 into the game as well as the PPC. There we go. Finally got into the internal bits, but it's not quite enough. And I doubt Pontoon is going to have... Oh, Pontoon does have line of sight with AC-10, but he's a one-gunnery pilot. Let's see. What would that even be percentage-wise? 72 is pretty good, so we're going to do it. And we're probably going to miss. Here it is. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we... God.
That's a miss.
Not only did it miss, they just blew up the building next to it. Golly, man. DK says, okay, my duties gotta run. Glad to see that Mini Toast gave you the night off. And, of course, save Guano. That's right, ladies and gents. Hashtag save Guano. This pilot has survived so many of our shenanigans. We'll see what happens. Have a good one, DK, and we'll catch you on the flip side, my friend. Aw, yeah. So Don Zappa's going to be able to get in here with the whoosh whoosh missiles of justice. And 80% chance to hit is pretty darn good. There we go. Is it enough? Yes. Yes, it is. One more turret down. We only have to deal with the PPC that has line of sight.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
And hopefully not too much else going on. Apparently there was a flock of seagulls up there because that's where all those missiles went. There we go. Most of those are missing, which is pretty awesome. And we still are not seeing the reinforcements coming in, so we have one more turn, which is fantastically good. Unfortunately for us, we can't really get up there with the commandos, so we're going to get as close as we can, see what we're dealing with over here. An LRM turret, if we can get in under those guns, it's going to be pretty good. But in the meantime, we have to get this shredder turret done, which thankfully doesn't have much on the way of internals. We can rip this open pretty good. Down to 1! Oh, man. Oh. Craig says, every time I see Guano, I think of Ace Ventura 2. Oh, yeah. That's the Pet Detective movies, right? Are we thinking like the escape from the fake rhinoceros? There's so much good stuff. Tanja's saying lost. Oh, man. What are you lost about, Tanja? Maybe we can help you find whatever you're looking for. Fingers crossed it's useful anyway. Let's dive on in here. Again, we got the Merc Quirk Nimble Jumper. And we're not quite up yet on the heat load, so we can still do a full launch. There we go. There you go. Not me. You. Oh man. I mean, Tanja, I'm usually pretty lost, but I know where I am right now. I'm playing BattleTech, and that's probably the second most important thing to figuring out where you got to go. But there it is. We have one turret down. The last one they have to deal with is the LRM-10s up there. Pontoon is not going to have really good chances to hit, I don't think. Even if we come out here, it's even worse than before. So we're just going to take our one gunnery Pontoon and run. We're going to get a little bit closer, see if we can't get ourselves into a better position. And Don Zappo, we're going to wander straight out here into the street and just go for lighting up this LRM turret. Fingers crossed. Doing some work, and there it is. Turrets are down. That is one of our main objectives. Oh, yeah. There's those reinforcements that they were talking about. Hopefully it's not a double duty. I don't see him anywhere. I don't see him just yet. So that being said, we're going to get Guano in up here, and we're going to hang out. There's a sensor contact. There's one. The question is going to be, are they in a line abreast? Are they in a flying V? Are they in a pincer movement? Not really sure. But we're going to hit brace just in case. And we're going to continue with the Urban-Mech, trying to sprint up here up the roadway a little bit. And we're going to get a little bit closer as well. Okay, so it's looking like they possibly are in a pincer or a line abreast. We know we at least have one mech up here, unknown tonnage. Before we move anybody else, I'm going to start focusing on moving the mechs in the back further up front. We can jump up here with the Panther. That'll give us a good line of sight as well as a good target for the AI to get in here. Now, this is probably potentially a bad idea because this building has already taken fire from our amazing pontoon pilot down there. That's an AC-10 shell lodged into the middle of this structure. But we're gonna take our chances, and we're gonna brace. We're gonna have Pontoon come screaming up as well because we're gonna need that extra evasion on an Urban Mech, and we're going to need to get that much closer. Taker says, and then they drop an Atlas. Yes, they probably would. We're gonna leave Guano here with his evasion, and we're just going to see what the AI does. We're gonna reserve our way on down, and if we have to, we'll move Don Zappo first. But we'll see what happens. It looks like there's only two that are on sensors right now. There's a third one. So this is possibly a pincer movement. That means there's likely going to be a second one over here. So we have to be very careful on how we approach this. Now, we can't get line of fire yet there, so we probably are going to have to move Guano forward. Don't know as if we're going to be able to get all of our weapon systems in our arcs. We're going to get further down this ramp as much as can to try to get some line of sight blocking terrain in between us and that other flank over there. And we'll see what we're dealing with. It is a fully armored Phoenix Hawk. Oh boy, okay. Well, we're at nearly max resolve, so we're going to use Vigilance on Guano. And yeah, we're going to just empty out our ammo bins a little bit more. Oh man, that's not good. That's not good at all. Hopefully that's the biggest mech they've got. Yeah, I have some feelings, though, that might be one of the small ones. Darius did say, and Craig did warn us, that we probably should be taking some more heavier mechs on this particular mission. But we showed those turrets who was boss, that's for sure. Absolutely. Now, do we want to go for the building, or do we want to go for the mech? I think we want to go for the building, so that's what we're going to do. Whoosh, whoosh, away. Actually, what we should be doing if we had multi-shot would go for the building and then go for the mech. That way, once they take their damage, they're potentially going to take that much more. We got the legs ripped open. There's a fire starter up there, so Taker says, okay, so Guano is dead. Hashtag save Guano. Maybe there's only 3. I bet you there's a 4th mech up here that we're missing, that we're just straight up missing. Oh, man. I'm going to leave Guano right there. We're going to keep reserving this down. And thankfully, Guano's still mostly in one piece with 30 internal structure. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Nothing's wrong. This is perfectly normal. Oh, man. We're going to send Pontoon up here. And we're going to hope that we can get some good shots going in. There it is. 48 damage rolling on in. And Guano's likely going to get targeted down one more time by the fire starter. Oh, gosh. Not good. But it's in the back. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. He's on fire. SRM6 is destroyed. Oh, boy. And he's panicked. I would be, too. There's not much good stuff left there. Our melee isn't that amazing. But we're going to get in here and whoosh whoosh away anyway. And it should be all right. We're going to give Vigilance again to Guano in the vain hopes that it'll help a little bit. And we're going to light up this Phoenix Hawk as much as we possibly can. Yeah, somehow. Somehow. It's the spirit of Guano, of Guano's past.
I live to serve.
Stubble's up here, jumping around. We're going to get up top for that height advantage. And we're going to see if we can't... We could do this. There's a really poor chance to hit, but we're going to go for the PPC, even though this target is in cover.
Feel my wrath.
And we miss. Oh, come on. You're a 3-gunnery pilot. Oh, man. Tondo says, I don't even follow all the movements on the stream while I'm playing another game at that moment on the monitor. But what I see feels bad, man. It's just another day in the life of the Breadbox Privateers, man. That's how we roll.
Yeah.
So we're going to get up here at point blank range and unload all of our fully automatic missile weapons at this Phoenix Hawk. And we are going to use the precision strike straight into the CT as much as possible. There it is. There it is. There goes a leg. That mech is going down. Oh, baby. Oh, man. And the pilot is injured as well. And just like that, it's our turn. And Guano gets to go. Now, we could stomp on this mech, or we could use our amazing melee skills. Or we can just move up here at point blank range on this fire starter and whoosh whoosh away. We're missing a little bit, sure, absolutely, but we do have some evasion pips, so maybe it'll help. Fingers crossed. Hard to say. Lots of misses. Guano's still alive, but he's down to 2 evasion pips. So there is that situation going on for sure. We're going to have Pontoon come up to point blank range
Copy that,
on
Commander.
this Phoenix Hawk. And we're going to go for CT because that's probably the best chance to hit that we're going to get.
All weapons are
And we
loose.
miss! We miss! With, Pontoon, you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
Ready
And
for
now it's left up to Stubble. We're not going to jump anymore just because... Oh, shoot, we kind of have to. It's going to set us up for SRM usage next turn, even though we're probably going to be a little too hot to do it. That's all right. We're going to go for it. And, yeah, it's not amazing. We're going to go for the leg here. It's a pretty decent chance to hit. Ooh, there it is. Oh, man. Taker's like, next time just have Pontoon throw himself at the mech. I mean, melee is absolutely an option here. Absolutely an option. Oh, right torso, right arm destroyed. Pontoon is getting wrecked. And he's gone. He's like, this is going to hurt. Correction, Pontoon. That only hurts if you don't, stick the landing. Everything's all right. Everything's all right. 60 damage here.
Copy.
Yeah, we're going to move, and then we're going to have Don Zappa shoot the building. Everything will be fine. Building going down. Boom! More leg damage.
Target destroyed.
More leg damage. I was hoping that I was going to take that last leg off, but it's only down to 20. So, I mean, it's somewhat useful. And finally, Don Zappa on the Griffin is getting wrecked by possibly an LRM-5. I don't think that's an LRM-10. We'll have to see how that works out.
Waiting for orders.
And of course, the Irby can't quite get in there, but we can DFA with a pretty decent chance. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do an aerial urban mech. This is the pilot that isn't quite sure how to pilot stuff, and we're going to go for it. Aw, yeah. Bada bing, bada boom, urban mech from on high. Here we go, buddy. Come on. And I don't think we hit anything. We got the small laser, though, so at least there's that. And down goes the pilot. Boom. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Maybe we did get one leg in there. Hard to say. We got one more jump in us, too, which is pretty darn cool. I will take that. That's pretty awesome.
Can't take much more of that.
Look at that. That's a trash can that's on fire, ladies and gents. It's a trash can. It's a burning trash can. Oh, my goodness. Look at this Phoenix Hawk just covered in rubble in here. That's pretty cool. What are you going to do? We're going to stay stationary because things are a little bit hot. And we're going to go for this. And shoot with everything we can, going for that leg. There it is. Both legs destroyed. Left torso and the left arm.
Kill.
Yeah, that's enough pilot injuries as well to completely take out that pilot. Not too shabby. What? What? Oh, no. A Grand Dragon? What?
Tech is coming apart
I
around
don't even know what that is. Okay. Well, that just changed the calculus a little bit. It's got a PPC and medium lasers. What is this thing? A Grand Dragon. Look at that. Yeah. It's a good thing we've got pick 0, get 3 on this mission. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, that's scary. Oh man. Whew. All right, chat. So here's the question. I'm assuming dragons are terrifying in melee. Grand dragons especially so is my guess, but 3 medium lasers and a PPC. Oh, yeah, that's right, Tank. We're screwed. Oh, wow. We have to pacify the area around the base too. That's not oh, okay. Well, Don Zappo's not running very hot though. Let's see, where's the armor weaker on this? It's all in the back, possibly. So we're gonna try to flank around with the Griffin and get some whoosh whooshes in the back.
Confirmed.
We'll see. Tanker says Grand Dragons are like 5 tons heavier than the regular dragon. So a regular dragon, I think, is 60 tons. So that's a 65 tonner is my guess. We're going to go in the back. We're going to spend this precision strike. Just try to go for the CT and finish this quickly. We are being a little bit not ideal here simply because we are giving our right torso, which is all our weapons are on the Griffin, to that Grand Dragon. But we need to get this taken care of as much as we possibly can. Stubble. We're going to have him move. Oh, we got to stay back here. Just trying to get that best situation. We're going to precision strike as well. Going for that CT, which is open. There's only 41 internals, so if this hits, we'll be good. We did get some stuff stripped away, but it was a leg. It was not ideal. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Yeah, at least there's only 3 max.
I'm here.
Can we jump behind? We can jump behind. Oh, the DFA, though, here is not so good. And I think I'd rather jump behind and take my chances. And we're going to shoot. Come on, Pontoon. We hit. Yes. We took a leg down. Yes. Pontoon, ladies and gentlemen, figured out how to put the reticle on target at extremely point-blank range. Oh, and here comes the Grand Dragon. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. So many misses. Yes. Our Panther is still has both its legs. So that's really good.
Commander.
Don Zappo. Oh gosh. We need to we have the melee mod on this. We should probably be using it. I keep forgetting about that. Here we go. Come on, go get him. There it is. Right arm, right torso destroyed. Small laser rolling on in. Not enough. Not enough. Yeah, take the lights. They don't matter anyways. 150 melee damage is what we can do with this thing. Oh gosh. That's right. Come on, Firestarter. Run away. Run away. Don't fight back. Just keep going. Oh, the Panther's on fire. Oh, no. Oh. Hey, at least Don Zappo improved to confident.
I'm
We're going to take the Urban Mech up here into the back. And we got a small laser. We got some melee action. There it is. Pontoon taking him out. Oh, yeah. Somebody just got jousted. Bada bing. Bada boom. Big bada boom. And now, well, it's 2.5 mechs, effectively. 1.5 pilots, more or less.
Yes, Commander.
We're a little hot. We can just say that. We're going to move on up,
Confirmed.
and we're going to fire everything we have. Thankfully, our SRM ammo is down. But, oh, boy, here we go.
Men on enemy.
We hit him. We got a missile. We got an SRM-4 impact. Ladies and gents, we're doing a thing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes! Yes! Oh, swing and a miss. Whew. I'm so happy right now. That's right. That's right. Oh, man. Don Zappo. We can do 155 melee damage, which is pretty darn good chances to hit. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna go in and try to just smash. Here it is. There it is. Right arm, right torso destroyed. Structure exposed. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo. That's right, tank here. Okay, now play stabby, stabby, chasey, chasey, catchy, catchy. Krieg is saying no. Oh, I think we might have made a mistake. We'll see. I'm hoping to rip stuff off this Grand Dragon. We'll see what happens.
Standing by.
We're going to try to get the Urban over here as well. Point blank range. We're going to go for it.
Target
And we
locked.
hit. We actually hit. Pontoon has figured things out. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. And Stubble. We don't have enough legs to do a proper DFA. But we're going to do what we can. We are a little hot. We're going to jump up here, protect that right arm as much as possible. And, oh, apparently, oh, no. Ladies and gents, we messed it up. We didn't get our shots in. Oh, that's not good. I could have soared. At least we've got bait, I guess. Second time's the charm. Yes! Oh, no way. Oh, wow. I'm going to need a minute, chat. Oh, wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that's twice in a row. SRM's in the back. Oh, that Panther pilot is so lucky. Oh, my goodness. We're in the back. Whoosh, whoosh. Precision strike. Right to the CT. Here we go.
Lock in target.
Yes. This is still not enough. It's still not enough, but we're there. We're doing things.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. We're gonna go up here on. Can we jump? We can jump with Urban. I keep forgetting about that. We'll jump up here and keep working that that wrecked side with the Urban. Here we go. Boom. We missed, but we did get the small laser rolling on in, and everything else is still holding.
I'm receiving.
It's not super ideal, but we're gonna come back here with the Panther and at point blank range unload with the SRM4.
Targeted for an alpha strike.
We missed with the PPC. Oh, wow. Okay. Don Zappo, one more salvo, sir. Wait, what? We can't. I don't want to melee. I don't want to melee. I want to shoot. I want to shoot all the things. That's what we're doing. Whew. Chat, fingers crossed. Here we go. All the firepower. It went internal. Panicked, but he's still alive. Oh, no. Third time's the charm. Maybe. Oh, man. Right arm, right torso destroyed, but the Panther is still alive. We just have no weaponry. We have an SRM4, I suppose, so at least there's that, but...
Orders.
Oh, my goodness. Whew, he really wants that Panther. I think Stubble's been saying stuff on comms that we're just not hearing, and that Grand Dragon's really upset. We're going to launch that SRM4 in there. There we go. Went internal, which is always good. I don't think we can get behind this pilot, unfortunately for us. But we are going to get Urban Mech up there at point blank range. Fire away. There it is. No way. Pontoon got the kill. Oh, baby. Baby, baby, baby. That's it, Commander. Our employer is sending in the cavalry. Good work. Oh, really? Come on. I want more targets. That's right, Stubble. Golly, Stubble's finally figured out how to pilot that Urban Mech. I'm impressed. Her gunnery skill grew 3 stat sizes that day. That's right, Sumar. That was certainly an experience. Oh, boy. That's right, Krieg. Sometimes we just got to get lucky. Repeatedly. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That was amazing. That was so much wow. So wow. Much survival. Holy crap. I hope Guano survived. I'm pretty sure they did. Yes, Guano survived. Only injured and out for 32 days instead of, the usual requisite 260. That's pretty darn good. That's impressive. Oh, what? What? Oh, come on, man. We're keeping our hands on that stuff. Absolutely. Actually interesting. It automatically gave us this here, but we can refuse. Huh. Well, we'll refuse anyway. Oh, there we go. It's the principle of the matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a Grand Dragon piece. I've never seen one of these before. Let's see here. 60 tons, just like the normal dragon. The Grand Dragon swaps out the DRG 1Ns autocannon for a PPC and additional heat management. The DRG-1G is a fast mech for its size, with solid protection and a powerful punch. Large engine for the weight class provides one initiative. That's huge. That's really cool. Extended torso twist, which is cool, so we can fire beyond the indicated 120-degree arc. Narrow, low profile, and stable. That's awesome. I would like to get one of these. We just need 7 more parts and a lot more money. Oh, wow. Well, that was an adventure. That was a pretty good opening 2 skull mission for the day. I will take it. That's pretty awesome. We got some C-bills. We got some money, too, in the bank, which is always awesome. Ah, good stuff. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. How's everybody's night going today? Or if, depending on where you are in the world, the morning. Or if you're watching this on video on demand or over on YouTube, whatever time of the day it is, or year. You could be watching this 10 years down the road. And if you are, please post in the comment section down below. That'd be a really cool Easter egg. But if not, no worries. That's okay. No pressure. We're good. Oh, man. That's pretty cool. That's pretty darn cool. That was awesome. Well, we're going to get in here. We're going to look for another contract to take. It's probably going to be this tag team down here. There's some million C-bills. We could really use that. But it's against the Pirates. So this 2 skull could flex to a 3 skull, and because of Pirates, could flex to a 3.5 skull. Yeah, absolutely, Craig. High pucker factor from that mission. Buckle up tight. Thankfully, they weren't our mechs or pilots. So, whew. Moon Fever, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. Moon says, trying Rogue Tech tonight. Oh, dude. It's a lot to take in up front. There's literally everything in the kitchen sink, plus the neighbor's kitchen sink and their garage thrown in from every single era of BattleTech. But there's a lot of really cool options there. And so don't be afraid, at least with Rogue Tech. If you start and after about an hour of gameplay, you're like, I'm not really feeling it, and you go back and you start once or twice more with your settings, so you kind of feel, you get the feeling for the game you want to play, because there are so many cool options for setting up with Rogue Tech. But yeah, once you get it dialed in, people really, really like it once they have it tuned to their style of gameplay and stuff like that. I recommend it. Of the 4 mods, you've got BEX3025, which we're playing today. You've got Rogue Tech. You've got BattleTech Advanced 3062, which is kind of in between. Then you've got BattleTech Revised, which is in between BEX3025 and BattleTech Advanced. So those are the 4 main big ones out there. It's a lot of fun. But ladies and gents, I think we're going to take tag team. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. We're going to prioritize them C-bills. 800,000 C-bills, pick 1, get 4 against the Pirates. Ooh, boy. Yep. Moon's saying, yep, second start for sure. Yeah, I love Bex. It feels like a proper expansion pack. That's probably one of the main reasons why I do like it. If you like the vanilla gameplay, but you just want a bit more, BEX3025 is so good, man. So awesome. But if you want to go beyond that and you want to start dealing with swapping out engine cores and stuff, I would take a look at BattleTech Revised, BattleTech Advanced 3062, and then if you want to play with everything that ever possibly existed, plus some really cool flashpoints like Transformers and Warhammer 40K, go to Rogue Tech. It's the creme de la creme as far as drowning in options. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna dive on in here. We're gonna hit that accept button, and we'll see what happens. We're gonna have to pull out all the stops, all the mechs. We've got our SRM, triple SRM build Griffin. We've got our switch hitter Falcon. We've got our all-arounder Phoenix Hawk, and we could probably go in for a Punchy Crunch Fire Starter. We could go for a long-range Panther. The Angriest Trash Can has kind of got everything plus some arm mods that a Panther doesn't, but it's slower. Our SRM-10 Valkyrie or our Melee Locust. I think we're going to go in for potentially the Fire Starter. It's a straight-up battle in an urban situation. It's going to be rough. It's going to be very, very rough, and we might lose some pilots. We'll see how it goes. But long story short, who do we want to put in these mechs? That's the big question. I think here for the Griffin, we're going to want to pull in absolutely some of our best pilots if we can, as far as gunnery, as well as for our melee stuff. That's going to be some of the biggest things that we've got to do. to make this correct. So looking through the list here, Mr. Moon Prime is here. Red potato, served cold, Tanja Falkenbach. Yeah, sure, we'll put Tanja Falkenbach in something. The question is, what do we want to put Tanja in? How about we put Tanja down into the Phoenix Hawk? Yeah, why not? Put Tanja Falkenbach into the Phoenix Hawk. We've got medium laser, small laser, medium laser, large laser, jumping around, and Tanja has the sensor lock capability, so that's pretty darn good. Highest tactics, number 7, 4s across the board everywhere else. It's a pretty decent pilot for that build. In terms of everything else, what do we got here? We got Tug Bobo. We could probably put Tug down into that fire starter. I think that's going to be pretty good. I got Tug Bobo down there into the fire starter with the sure footing feature. And now we need some good gunnery for the Griffin. So who do we have for gunnery? We've got that hollow up there with multi-target with 6. We got Flavalicious over here with 7. And Sarvik up there as well. We also kind of want a little bit of good piloting. So Flavalicious is probably the next best choice. It does have, actually, the more I think about it, we might want to put, Harry into that. We can be stationary. We can move. We're going to need that extra evasion pip most likely. And in the Vulcan, anyway, we need a good mix and match there as well. So chances are we're going to go in and I really want to keep that extra evasion pip as well, but I don't think it's going to work out quite the way that we were hoping to. So as a result, yeah, we'll put Moon Prime over there. Again, we can be stationary, can do the multi-shot, which with small lasers and the large laser could be useful. We'll see. 5s across the board. Needless to say, this 2 skull could flex to a 3.5 skull, and we're going to dive on in. We're going to hit that deploy button. I'm going to go over here and grab a swig of soda, and I reach down to the grab bag of voicedom. Some people on YouTube call me the Viceroy of Voices, and we'll see what we got. Oh, yeah, good stuff. Well, as that loads on up, what does everybody think? How does everyone think this is going to go today? I have my suspicions. I have my suspicions on how this is going to go, and I'm not necessarily convinced it's going to be good. Let's see. Question is, will we win this mission? Yeah, we're going to leave that open for 5 minutes, and we're going to start that prediction. So if anyone has any curiosity and wants to know, you can bet channel points to try to see if we're going to be able to be in a situation to win this mission or not. You got 5 minutes on the clock. The more people that are betting against one option or the other, it gives you better odds on winning stuff back. Moon says, sweet, sweet victory. Moon Fever. Oh, baby. I appreciate the absolute confidence. We'll see how it goes. Oh, man. So much loading going on. I hope everything is good to go on this map. Fingers crossed. We're not getting the crazy spinning wheel of doom. Looks like there's a lot of loading happening. Craig says it'll be fine. No worries. There we go. We just had to load in all those clouds. Look at that beautiful, beautiful scenery down there. The sun is setting on somebody somewhere. Hopefully it is not our mechs. Ooh, we'll see. Destroy the Joint Task Force is, of course, our objective. The battle is 840,000 C-bills, which we could desperately use. Pick 1, get 4 for salvage. 2 skull difficulty. It could flex up to 3.5 skulls. Oh, boy.
We have a situation here that we would like your help. We have detected a joint task force of pirate and pirate units operating openly on the planet. We need to hunt them down and turn them to scrap. But even if we do manage to find them, our own forces aren't up to the task of engaging that many enemies at once. We'd like you to send a lance to accompany our own team. The 2 of you can then engage the enemy together and negate their numerical advantage.
I'd prefer to handle things ourselves, but if they want us to play babysitter, I suppose that's what we'll do.
Oh, yeah, Darius. More firepower on our side usually means more firepower on theirs. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. I bet you we're going to run into that jerk Agamemnon, guaranteed. There he is. Oh, man.
All right, Alpha Lance. The task force is up ahead. Our intel puts them somewhere in this area. Once we've cleared the enemy lances, regroup at this location for extraction. Oh, right. Listen, mercenaries. Do us all a favor and stay out of the way. Let the professionals work.
Is this guy for real, Hoss? Shoot, I said let him take all the enemy fire. Less overtime hours for my crew. Just stick near them and keep them alive, Commander. Doesn't matter who gets the kills as long as these professionals make it back more or less intact.
Saddle up, Alpha. Let's clear this AO and go home.
Oh, man. This is Argo Actual, local government, Lance. We'll cover your advance and...
That won't be necessary, Argo. We've got this. Just stay put and keep out of our fields of fire.
Understood, Agamemnon. But we're under contract to...
Then you can lift off and collect your payment. Agamemnon out.
Krieg says, hopefully he jumps out of building so he can blow it out from under him. I mean, right? Let's see here. Ensure local government Lance safely evacs. One must survive. 4 remain. There he is. We have to keep one of these alive. Destroy the pirate forces. So before we do that, let's see where Agamemnon actually is at. What are they sporting? Hopefully it's good. We've got 4 mechs here. We've got a Dervish fully armored. We've got a Kintaro fully armored. A Warhammer 6K fully armored. And a Wolverine 6R. Okay. Without seeing what the enemy's bringing, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty okay with that for sure. Pirate forces are up here. Let's see. Now, there could be reinforcements, which would really suck. We're kind of in a corner, so we're not likely to see flanks coming on either side. We'll see what happens. The reality might be different, but right now, I'm going to approach straight on up this road. Once we start getting contact, we can either make the decision to break left and rotate clockwise, or break right, using this up here as potential cover. This is either going to be detonating and doing damage and overheating, or detonating, doing damage, and cooling enemies. But either way, we've got a few options and ways that we can rotate around if we have to. We can take a long way, but fingers crossed, our allies over here are going to do a pretty decent job.
Standing by.
In fact, actually, we're just going to hit done. We're going to let them go.
Confirmed. Hold
And we're going to see where they go to first, because if they start making contact with the enemy, we can get in and hopefully pincer things. We'll see. We'll see. It really depends on what the enemy has. They could have a pile of assaults. They could have a whole pile of reinforcements show up, in which case our pincer could be bad because we're split. But that's the chance that I'm willing to take with their mechs right now for sure. Enemy turn. They must have seen us drop in, absolutely, but we're not seeing anything pop up just yet. And the enemy turn wasn't too terribly long, so hopefully it wasn't so horrible. We're going to sprint up, get up here to the bottom of this ramp, and not go any higher, and we'll see what pops up on our sensors and radar. Right now, we're not seeing anything, and we're going to try to basically approach this the same way the allies are, and a twin pincer movement. And they're making contact up here. We've got a mech standing in the coolant pool up here as well. It's a pretty decent place to go. We've got 2 mechs here. The question is, what else is up there? We still don't know if it's only 1 lance or if it's 2 lances. I'm suspicious and planning for 2, but I'd kind of like to know where they are. The enemy is still moving as well, entering combat in our turn. Again, we're going to reserve, and we'll see what they do. Allies are moving forward. Crick says, yep, this is the first map from the Raven Flashpoint. Absolutely, man. It's a good map. I quite like this. There's a lot of terrain features here to hide around and maneuver on. So you can see coming up from the right, up in our fields of fire, there is some fire going on this Wolverine. It's holding just fine, but I'm curious. That looked like it was possibly LRM 10, maybe LRM 15. Their Dervish is jumping up, and they're dealing with a Firestarter H. Nothing too scary or terrifying just yet. That's good. And I'm not worried about us not getting or actually getting experience from this. We don't get experience from our allies killing things for us, but we do keep our repair costs down, and I'm okay with that. So right now it looks like it's possibly 1 lance and a pincer maneuver. We'll see. Their Wolverine has moved forward, as is their Firestarter sitting there, and it's just getting pummeled, absolutely pummeled. and a good medium laser for good measure onto the Wolverine to say, hey, I'm still here. Enemy turn is reserving, though, so there might be a second lance. It's hard to say. We're going to play that game, too. We're going to keep reserving on down, and their Warhammers are going to get up there finally and start launching in. Oh, baby, right arm destroyed. 2 solid shots and panicked. Yep, I'd be panicked as well. It's our turn. We're going to reserve one more time. See if that AI is going to maneuver, and it's not. So with that being the case, we're going to go and start cresting this ridge. We've got an ER medium laser on our fire starter, so we're going to move on up, try to flank as far right as possible, and that we do uncover that there's another target up here. There's a Griffin one end, fully armored. It's a long-range Griffin. They can do some damage. They're really good harassers, but our ER medium laser does have range, so we're going to launch that down range. And straight into the CT, it looked like nothing too scary. But the question is, what else are we going to see? That 55-tonner wants nothing to do with that. And I'm not seeing stuff move. Oop. The fire starter got out of the way. Right now, it's just us versus this lance. That's pretty good. Let's see. The Phoenix Hawk, we can move up, and we're going to jump to get our quirk. Actually, no, we're just going to move straight up. We're going to not get that bonus on damage, but what we are going to do is get in a better firing arc. Better firing range. You can tell by the orange pips up here. 73% with a large laser. And again, we hit with that as well. Slowly whittling down that CT a little bit. We'll see where they decide to go. And it's a Javelin 10N. Okay. Not the end of the world, but again, that can slowly strip your armor if you're not careful. So we've got some pretty good long-range mechs over here. SRM-6 and a mid-range mech. And so really, we just need to kind of slowly work our way up. I'm not going to worry too much. Our Vulcans are going to maneuver up as well with that large laser. And unless there's a better chance to hit up here on this, and there is, so we're going to go for the Griffin with our large laser plus. Another solid hit. That one looked like it hit the torso, not so much the CT. And lastly, we've got Harry 78 as well. Not much that we can do other than go after this Javelin. Again, we're trying to get our ammo from 200 down to 100 or less. We don't have case on this mech. We haven't run across that yet, either as an upgrade component or as a mech that has it. And so if we do get a critical that impacts any of our ammo bins and we're above half on ammo, it's going to explode. And so since we can't just dump ammo down to a reasonable amount, we're going to fire every single chance we get until our ammo is down below 100 rounds. And we're going to get some shots in, a couple hits here and there. Stripping an invasion pip, blowing up a lot of cars. Hopefully there wasn't anyone down there. And with that being the case, we're going to push. We're going to make a concerted effort to keep pushing our advantage right now. And we're going to move up here to the left. That way we can possibly pull these mechs over. And there it is. Shoot, ladies and gentlemen. There is a whole other lance up there on the backside. That is not ideal. Not what we were going for. We can't quite multi-target shot here. I'm going to keep working on this Griffin. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to keep working on the Griffin. And we're going to give vigilance here to this fire starter as well. That way we can weather a little bit more shots and firepower coming on in. And both medium lasers hit. We're still working on that Griffin. Nothing amazing. Our allies are hopefully going to show up here and maneuver in. They're getting some shots in, doing some damage. And hopefully we can get them to sweep up from this left in a clockwise fashion. Because we are face first into... Interesting. Okay. That works for us, Firestarter. We will dogpile on you. But we walked face first into an enemy support lance, which is not good. It's a grab 20! Oh, gosh. Commander, I'm seeing contacts. Probably the pirate lance.
Listen up, people. We've got another lance on the AO, so we need to intercept them before they can flake us.
I don't think he's listened to our comms at all, Commander. Better go handle that second lance before they do some real damage. I mean, all things considered, Darius, things seem to be working out okay, even if they're not really listening to us. Crab 20, 2 large lasers is kind of scary. It's fully armored as well. It's got a quirk here. Incoming stability damage decreased. Okay. We've got 2 other mechs, possibly a 4th one back there as well. And so that's not going to be good. We need these mechs to move up and deal with this one way or the other. And so we're going to move up and keep putting pressure. Keep putting pressure on these mechs. We're going to be doing a multi-shot here because we do actually have range with our small lasers because of the Vulcan's quirk. So we're going to go for it. We're going to get all that over there into the Griffin. And we got a few stray shots as well. The Griffin's CT is open. We're in a good spot. Their Kintaro is moving up and continuing to whoosh whoosh on that Wolverine. For better or worse, that's going to take a turn or two, unfortunately for us. So we're going to be in it. Even if we have massive repair bills, as long as we keep the CTs safe on our 3 mediums that we're bringing here, we're going to come out ahead because 800,000 C-bills is a pretty nice profit, even with massive repairs. And that's their Javelin over there. We have the Firestarter over here. The Phoenix Hawk is going to jump. And not quite the best evasion pips. But we can get up here and get a better chance with our medium lasers. We're going to do that. I really want to focus this Griffin down because this is going to be a huge pain in our butt if we're not careful. There it is. Some more damage rolling in. The CT still has a little way to go. But hopefully our allies can get up here and take care of some of these targets. Or they can just go for the Wolverine. I mean, there's that too. That's not good. Crap. Griffin's jumping over. We're going to face off against the AI. It wants nothing to do with us. That's okay. That's freeing us up from having to deal with that. We can hopefully back up from these mechs. Long range rolling in. Oh, man. 1 impact. 2 PPCs. It could be another Warhammer. That would suck. That would suck a lot.
Commander?
Harry's right here. So we can do a lot of crazy shenaniganry. As a result, let's see. How's this looking? From the front is really bad. So as a result, I think we're just going to come up here to the very front of this mech. We'll put our back to the enemy. That's all right. We've got plenty of armor.
I'm there.
I say that now. And we're going to just straight up smash this mech from the front to the back with everything that we've got, even if it's a poor chance to hit.
Acknowledged.
Lots of evasion pips, but we are stripping off a lot of armor there. And the pilot is panicked. I was kind of hoping that they would bail, but that didn't quite happen. Wolverine is jumping up there and going for their Griffin, putting some hits on it. The CT is still holding. Where are they going? The Wolverine is jumping on top of the building. Part of me wants to blow up this building. Part of me wants to keep the line of sight cover. I think the AI is going to do a good job on that regardless. Oh, and now it's jumping down. Wow, it just went twice in a row. So I believe that's due to the initiative shenanigans that it's got going on. Hard to say. Or there's another one. There's 2. There's 2 Wolverines, Griffins. Lots of firepower coming in. We're dealing with a Phoenix Hawk up there as well as a Crab. I'm suspicious that that is a Warhammer back there, which isn't very good for us. Tugboat, we can have him running around. We're going to come up here. Our own Firestarter into their Firestarter. We're just going to smash and dash. Get back into cover, fall back a little bit, help the AI to reduce their target priority. You missed! Tug! You're 7 piloting, man. What's going on? Oh, boy. We destroyed a bunch of stuff. But that's it. Not much else happened. We got the Phoenix Hawk with the Vulcan. We're going to have the Vulcan come back and try the hand at melee on this thing. And not really in cover, but we're going to go for it. Oh, boy, we got to clear this backfield. I was really hoping that Agamemnon and crew would get in there and do it for us. That didn't really work out that way. But that being said, Moon Prime getting in there and wrecking face. Somebody got jousted. Oh, yeah. Their dervishes getting up there and getting some more shots into the Griffin, working on that CT. I think that's going to pay off for us in the long run, having that CT focused and having that opened up so much. That being said, you know, it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Let's see, what do we want to do? Our Phoenix Hawk is kind of out in the open, which is not a great place to be. Last of the evasion pips are down, and we're close to having armor opened up. Fingers crossed we can get that mech pulled out of there. And Tanja Falkenbach, we're going to do that, I believe. See, can we get down here? We can't really do much. Can we jump and get some cool stuff going on? We can jump back and get some shots, but it's not really going to be meaningful. So, as a result, we're going to move Tanja over here. We're going to move. And what we're going to do is we're going to sensor lock one of these mechs. And I think we're going to sensor lock. Oh, no. The question is, are we going to be actually in a position to help our AI friends take advantage of it? We're going to go for the Griffin. Decreases its chance to shoot us. And we're going to remove those 2 evasion pips. Hopefully our allies can get in there and shoot it. And that'll help them out. The Kintaro's backing up. Which doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't instill confidence. Krieg is saying break line of sight. Absolutely. So what I'm going to try to do is fall back to the left from our position. Break line of sight on those enemy mechs. Force them to come to us. Take away their long-range firepower advantage,
Yes, Commander.
so we can get out of here. We're in cover right now, but the sooner we can get over here, the better. And we're going to, even if we come up here, that's not a great chance to hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to sprint this way. We're just going to get some more speed and distance and start rotating left of these AI. We don't have much more of a map we can do and go for, unfortunately, because the map boundary is right there. But there it is, CT destroyed. Us focusing on that Griffin finally paid dividends. And we can start to battle ball up with the AI over here. Yeah, they're doing pretty decent. They're legit doing pretty decent. And now that this mech is here, we can work on that, but there's not much left in this building. So let's see, where are the allies going now? Are they going to walk down the street and blast the snot out of this mech? Straight shot. No! There goes our cover. Oh boy, there goes our cover. Oh dear goodness. Oh my gosh. Well, Craig, we broke the line of sight blocking terrain. Does that count? Did we break the wrong line of sight object? Oh man. Yeah, we got to rotate hard. We got to rotate clockwise left of these AI. That is bad. We got to get up here and basically use this building as the next set of cover. And there comes the Phoenix Hawk jumping in with the quirk, getting more damage done. Our Phoenix Hawk is close to being ripped open. Not ideal. Now here's the question. We can keep trying to rotate left and using these buildings. We could try to rotate right, but this is going to be a big flank that's not going to work out well. But we could do that. We're in cover, which is okay, but I think we need to further rotate left
Standing by.
as much as we possibly can. We could get up here and straight up melee this mech. We could come up here and get some shots in. It's not the best opportunity. And so as a result, we're just going to continue to fall back. And we're going to get into some cover here. We got that bonus from basically going in and shooting. We can go for this Wolverine. Part of me wants to do some other crazy shenanigans on it. But it did just get done shooting. We just get to get done shooting at it, but it's a brand new... Oh, man, this is rough. I want to sensor lock this to remove some evasion pips. I also don't want it to move and get away. So I'm thinking we should probably just get in here and shoot it. And strip at least one evasion pip and get some more stuff going in. And we're going to give ourselves vigilance. And allow ourselves to take a little bit more damage, especially in cover. We got one medium laser in there. Nothing super amazing. But we stripped an evasion pip. Our AI, or allied AI, that's really hard to say, is going to get in here. And whoosh whoosh some missiles in as well. And hopefully between our lance and our AI lance, we can focus this mech down. That being said, the Javelin is coming up close to try to strip their focus, which isn't super good. And the Crab 20 is coming up with a twin large lasers. Bazap, bazap, into this. Ugh, ripping into our Wolverine. Not good, not good. We're in a good spot with these mechs. I'm just going to reserve. We're going to see if the AI, the enemy AI, is going to maneuver enough to wreck some of these mechs, or vice versa. And because if we can, I could run out into the open with our Vulcan and melee the snot out of that mech. But then we're out in the open. You know, just straight up, it's not ideal. So we're going to keep reserving, and we're going to see what happens. Oh, man, the Warhammer's going in for a melee. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. That looked painful. Holy crap. There goes the leg. Javelin is going down. That is a pilot injury for sure. That's got to be horrifying. Seeing a big, giant Warhammer just walk up to you and just rip your leg off your mech. Oh, my goodness. That sounds scary. And it's staying and shooting unless it's an ace pilot and moving. We'll see. Nope, it's staying right there. Enemy turn is doing their thing as well. Ally is coming up. The Wolverine's jumping into cover. Good for it. And shooting the downed Javelin. CT is open. That's a good choice. Absolutely good choice. Enemy is going to be getting a chance to go here as well. 65 tonner. It's a catapult K2. Oh, gosh. That's where those two PPCs are coming from. Oh, man. That is really cool. The catapult K2 is probably one of my favorite mechs. Not to face. I don't want to face this thing. Look at that. Look at that spoopy mech. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's so good. That's so cool. Well, these have gone. I kind of want to keep playing the reserve game. We'll do it one more time. We're getting shot at for sure, but now we kind of have to go. We have the Griffin up here. We can go in for the melee. I think we're gonna come up here just behind our friendlies and shoot everything we have into the CT just to put this javelin down.
Firing all weapons.
It's still up? What? With 4-8.
With four left.
Well, we'll see. Their Wolverines are going to go. And they've got one more, I think, to get in there as well. I just want to be able to get my Vulcan out there and wreck some stuff without being stuck out in the open too much. And that's kind of an honest concern of mine.
Yeah.
So we could get up here and wreck this Wolverine, or we could get up here and wreck this Javelin. Oh, man. We're going to send our fire starter over here. It's not great. We're going to show our back to the enemy. And we're going to stomp on this Javelin. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this should be it. This should be done. And there we go. CT destroyed. Tug Bobo showing them how it's done. Daka for days. And we've got 75% of the pirate forces destroyed, and there are reinforcements out there. The enemy has one more mech to go. Phoenix Hawk is getting nice and close to shoot us in the back, or our Wolverine in the front. They're focusing fire, which is pretty smart. They're doing a pretty good job. Moon Prime is going to get out here, and the question is, who do you want to go for? We're going to go for the Wolverine, and we're going to do it from the front. We're going to melee away. This is dangerous, folks. The Vulcan, while it does have max armor, is not a great mech for tanking. But we do have a lot of Slazers on this build, and we can melee. So there we go. So T-shirt is ripped open. There is nothing left armor-wise on the CT or the torsos. The Phoenix Hawk is staying stationary in cover amongst the rubble of old Ataris and people and whatever it may be. And they're getting in there and doing some stuff. So here we go with Tanja Falkenbach with our Phoenix Hawk. We get a chance to do some more danger, some more dangerous things. Man, oh man. We can afford to jump, which is good. So we're going to do that. We're going to jump, basically get that extra damage boost, and we're going to keep going for the Wolverine. We're going to turn off one of our small lasers here to keep that heat manageable. And of course, we're going to just fire away. We've got cover. We got left torso removed. Not too shabby. There's a pilot injury there on that Wolverine 6R, and they're gone. They've had worse, I guess. I mean, I'll take it if they bail on out. That's good to me. Now we can start focusing fire 2 lances on the remnants of 1. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, pushing forward, rotating back, breaking line of sight until that line of sight itself was broken, thanks to Krieg's advice, is definitely putting us in a position to win this with minimal impact to ourselves. We have gotten lucky so far, but we can't get too cocky. We can't get too much out there and be too prideful. Because bad things can always happen. For sure. Now, we can get up here and melee a few different mechs. There's a Wolverine. This K2 is scary. So we want to go for the Phoenix Hawk, 2 mediums and a large, or the Crab. Let's see. What do we have for armor? 6280 versus the Phoenix Hawk, which has more. So we're going to go for the Crab. We're going to try our best to melee that, and we're going to go in as well and give ourselves... we're not going to give ourselves vigilance. We're going to save that for the Vulcan if we need it. We're going on in. Here it is. Buckle on up, Tug. Boom! 45 damage rolling on in. And daka for days and days and days. And ladies and gents, if there was anything added into the chat, I apologize. The last message I got was LOL from Krieg, and then I just got crab from Krieg. So it looks like chat is having some connection issues. Needless to say, we're having a lot of fun. Oh, baby. We're diving on in. We're doing some cool, crazy shenanigans. What do we got happening here? What do we got going on? Moon Prime, we're going to dive on in here, and we're going to give Moon vigilance as well, and we're going to melee straight from the front on in. Oh, yeah, there it is. Doing some damage, doing some good stuff. Zap, zapping away. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, man, it looks like we had a connection issue there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're still working through this. We're still doing some cool things. Looks like we had a connection issue. Looks like we're back. If anyone lets me know, that would be fantastic. Oh, yeah. Still battling with our ISP, unfortunately. We're paying for really good speeds and stuff, but apparently it's not doing the best. Needless to say, we're here. We're ready to rock. We're doing some cool stuff, and we're going to get in here. And with our Griffin, we're going to move her over to this side, still keeping ourselves in cover.
Coordinates.
And whooshing away on the crab. We've got the heat to spare. Here we go. Whoosh, 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 all the way in. Stripping some more armor, but that crab is still up. Oh my gosh. Our own Wolverine is just demolishing buildings. That is terrifying. Holy wah. Moon Prime. Doing some more stuff. We're going to stay stationary. This is very, very dangerous, but we're going to do it. Melee. There it is. Going internal. All the small lasers rolling on in. There it is. We probably should have moved. That's going to be a painful retaliation if we're not careful. Our allied Dervish is backing up. This is a big giant battle ball, but they are focusing down on the crab, which is good for us. Unfortunately, that crab is still up. Crab 20s are pretty good mechs. I'm pretty impressed and pretty happy by them. Just straight up. So just to check on chat to make sure it's still functioning, going in and doing the test for days. There we go. Oh, man. Looks like due to the connection issue, we had some stuff going on, which is not super cool. That's a bummer. Oh, man. Well, ladies and gents, I'm going to put it on the BRB screen. We're going to get this sorted, and I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Apologies for the internet issues. It looks like my ISP decided to crap itself again, which is an ongoing battle that is still being fought. Hopefully, everything is coming through nice and clear again for everybody. Looks like we had some issues, but it's been taken care of. It's handled. We're back in the action again. And all our pilots are still here. We're wrecking some face, doing some stuff. And let's get ready to dive back in. Oh, man. Good stuff. Craig says, BRB getting some pumpkin pie. Oh, man. I managed to cook 3 pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving. And my first pumpkin pies ever, and they turned out so good. Oh, man, we only have 1 left. It's already like half eaten. Some strawberry rhubarb pie. Oh, delicious stuff. Goodness, man. Oh, I love it. That being said, we're ready to rock and roll again. We're going to have Tug Bobo continue to smash and dash. We're out of abilities here, out of morale and resource points to get in here and give them vigilance. But we're doing what we can. There it is, Daka, taking off an arm and a torso. That is going to be a pilot injury for sure. And there it is. They're done. Biff, I'm done with this. Oh, baby. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got this in the bag. The question now is simply, are there going to be more reinforcements? Unlikely. And 2, are we going to be able to keep our pilots and our mechs in one piece? We're taking a lot of risks here by being out in the open and not keeping our evasion up, but we did that to focus down that crab, which is probably one of the most dangerous things we can deal with here. We've got a Wolverine and we've got a Phoenix Hawk over here. The Wolverine is still pretty fresh, so is the Phoenix Hawk. The Catapult K2, though, which does have 2 medium lasers and 2 PPCs, is still relatively, it's a little damaged. So what we're going to start doing is we're full of heat up here on our Phoenix Hawk. So we're going to move up here with Tanja Falkenbach, and we're going to see what we can actually light on fire. Not a lot, as it were. We're going to turn off that large laser, and maybe just 2 medium lasers? A small? Hard to say. There we go. 1 large, 2 smalls. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's cook us up a Catapult K2. Oh, yeah. Doing some damage, everything rolling on in. And nothing super amazing, but we're going to start putting pressure on that K2. And the AI is really focusing in on that, so we're going to try to take their lead a little bit and be a little risky with these mechs in the backfield. But that's all right. We're going to move up as well, keeping ourselves as high on evasion as we can with Harry and our Griffin, keeping that right side, basically that right torso protected from these mechs as much as possible. And they get in there and launching everything we can again, just full salvo, full send into the K2. There it is. PPC crit. That is going to help us out by keeping that weapon less likely to hit us. Our allies are getting in here. They're backing up. The Warhammer is moonwalking into the cover. 1 shot, 2 shots. Oh, man. And the CT is wide open, and it's getting knocked down. Holy wow. That is fantastic. That is fantastically amazing. I love it. It's enemy's turn, however, and it just stands right back up. So, that's not good. Thankfully, I think with the no arms quirk, it's less likely to hit us. Still going to try, though. And looks like everything misses, which is pretty fantastic. Pretty happy about that, I gotta say. Rest of the enemies are gone, and now it's our turn here. We're going to have Tanja Falconbot continue to get up here. And, you know what? We're just going to go for the melee. We're going to lose heat that way. It'll be all right. Go get him, Tanja. Crunch and punch, baby, with the Phoenix Hawk. Oh, yeah. Boom! Right arm destroyed. You knocked him so hard on the left side, the right side fell off. Baby, baby, baby. And all those things went into the CT, right torso being destroyed. Not too shabby. Allies are moving around. Got that dervish over there, probably angling for the K2. Whooshing on in with all of its missiles, trying to go for the CT, and there it is. Ammo explosion detonates, and the catapult K2 is napping on the concrete. Oh, yeah. Now we're just stuck with a Wolverine, and I think another Wolverine. I don't know. We got a Wolverine, and what's this other thing that's over here? A Phoenix Hawk. That's what it is. Well, Tug Bobo. Let's see, which one do we want to go for? The Wolverine that's in cover and has bulwark, or the one that's in cover kind of has bulwark? We're going to go for this. We're going to be in cover ourselves, which is a pretty good place to be, and it'll allow us to dump some MG ammunition as well. Boom! 45 damage of armor removed. In comes the Daka. There we go. Stripping off some armor, but not enough. The internals are still protected. Our Kentaro is backing up and turning around and into the back of the Wolverine. That is such an ace move. The new AI in BEX3025 is scary. Oh my gosh, let's go for melee. Leave the torso alone, man. That's 55 damage.
Barely hit the man.
Oh man, we need that armor. That's important. That's really, really important. We got a lot of explosive things inside that torso that we do not need getting wrecked on. Really good chance to hit here on the Phoenix Hawk. We could as well go up here for this. We're going to go up here, and we're going to shoot this mech in the back with our own Vulcan. I think that's going to be a pretty solid approach. And we are going to use Precision Strike to try to, again, work through that damaged torso. Rolling on in. Torso should go away. Oh, not quite, but we did strip the rest of the armor. And the AI is trying to take advantage of it. I'm really, really impressed by this and mildly horrified because they could use that against us as well. Harry is over here. Not in the best situation to take advantage of all of that. But we are going to turn around and punch this Phoenix Hawk. Why not? We do have the melee arm mod. There it is. Structure exposed. 155 damage rolling in. Plus a small laser. That was straight to the CT, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Our Warhammer's backing up, it looks like. And getting some shots in. Boom and boom. Front and backside CTs are just ripped open on that Phoenix Hawk. That is an absolute solid way to go. I am very, very impressed by that. Phoenix Hawk is jumping around, getting some shots into our back, which is a little painful, you know, but it's the Dervish. It's not one of our mechs, so that's okay. Tug Bobo, is anyone within punching distance? The answer is yes, and so we're going to go and do that from the point of cover. Here we go. Let's go get ourselves a Wolverine. Oh, yeah. Crunch and punch. 45 damage internal. Second to last salvo of our machine guns rolling on in. AC-5 destroyed. That is super, super useful. And with that, ladies and gents, it is 8 mechs against 2. Pretty sure we've got this. Point blank range with a Dervish is horrifying and scary. For sure, absolutely. The Vulcan, we're just going to stay right where we are, and we're just going to shoot. Why not? This will be great. This will be fantastic. Here we go, straight through the back plates. Bada bing, bada boom. There goes an arm and a torso. Almost, possibly just the right arm. And not too shabby. Kentaro's getting back here, going to take its opportunity to get some shots into the Phoenix Hawk. The CT is destroyed. And suddenly, there is one. If I was in this Wolverine, this would be where, at this point, I would just hit the eject button. Because things are not going to get better. They are not going to get better at all. In fact, Tanja Falkenbach is going to roll right up here on the front side, drop a small laser, and everything else is going to go through the front of that mech. There it is. Big, giant disco light show. Wolverine's jumping back and going from the backside. There it is. More damage in. That Wolverine is taking such a pounding. Holy wah. Whew. And we're just going to go up here with Harry, and from the very front, pull and depress the triggers appropriately for all the SRMs and the small laser. There we go. There it is. Head destroyed. Oh, that's right.
It's over, Prime.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, boss, how did it feel to work with real professionals?
The targets are down and the good guys made it out. That's all that matters.
That's right. We got paid. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a huge, huge break. We had allies that were competent, which is a little scary, all things considered, because that implies the enemy is as well. And all our mechs are in one piece. All our pilots are in one piece. We just made bank. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Thank you very much, Craig, for helping us to get that line of sight as much as we could anyway. That saved us some significant damage rolling into our mechs. That was a solid, solid suggestion. 782,000 C-bills. All our mechs, everybody's one piece. That's fantastic. That's huge. Oh boy, chat. Okay. Now we have some choices to make. It's probably going to be a K2, a Crab 20 part. Probably not a Griffin because we don't have any. We have two pieces here. The Crab 20. We have nothing of a K2. I'd like to get one. I don't know if we're going to be in a position to build a lot more of them. We could go for a Wolverine 6R part. We have two. We've got 5 other variants. That could be really, really useful. Keep in mind, we are not combining things yet until we get all the Argo upgrades complete, but having a Wolverine would be a solid choice, and we've got a good opportunity here to get a few more of these as well. As far as medium lasers, there's a medium laser minus. Oh, I love it. That means it's just worse than a standard medium laser. Oh man, oh man, oh man. PPCs, heat sinks. I don't see anything that's uniquely crazy good down here. I think what we're gonna do is grab ourselves a Wolverine piece. I really would love to get a Crab. I'd also love to get a K2, but I don't see us easily building any of those anytime soon. Wolverines are a bit more common. We can probably get one of these put together relatively quickly, all things considered. So we're going to hit that confirm button. Yeah, Creek says I like Wolvies. I do. The 6Rs and the 6Ks, I'm honestly a pretty big fan of. The 6Rs are a lot of fun. I've got 2 of them for tabletop, and they're pretty decent jack-of-all-trade mechs. They're not amazing, but they're good filler mechs. They do a good job. Yeah, that's right, Tank Hair. The K2 drooling, man. Oh, buddy.
The Catapult K2 is an outside-the-box redesign that trades the indirect fire capability for heavier direct fire PPCs. It doesn't usually mount jump jets, though, so it can be a bit more restricted in its use. Weak head armor, 3 less armor on the head. Ooh. I love the K2. It's my favorite mech. Largely in general. Like, across all styles of games, the K2 is probably my favorite mech. I love it a lot. But we're going to confirm. We got a Wolverine piece. We got some more machine guns. We don't need those, so we're going to shift click and sell those. LRM 10, we definitely could probably use more of those, I think. Well, we got 6, so we'll sell it. What about the AC 5? We've got 4 of these, so I think we're going to hang on to that. We got 3 of those, so that'll be our 4th. Not too shabby. We've got another piece of Wolverine. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty good outing there, if I had to say so, if I had to guess. I'm very, very happy with that. That mission went very, very well. Take Care said, I remember in the first year of MechWarrior Online, there was a K2 build called the Dragonborn 3 PPC build. Yes, actually, the very first mech that I ever got in MechWarrior Online was the Catapult. That was the very first premium mech that I got. Now, it wasn't like a hero mech, but it was a premium mech, and it was called the Duke. That was the package that you got. You had a bunch of bonus riders, and it was completely outkitted, and it was really, really cool. So I picked it up. Now, obviously, the Duke was just a name they gave to that particular chassis package that was on sale, and since everything got rebranded, it's just a normal K2 that still has the name, the Duke. But I put the PC Gamer magazine colors on there, the PC Coconut monkeys in the cockpit. I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of style. It's got a lot of pizzazz. And in general, I mean, just think about this. You're taking a support mech, giving it less mobility, no additional armor, and saying, now you're a frontline mech. It's bizarre, but I love it. It's so much fun. So let's see. What do we want to do? We've got another contract we can do. I'm pretty sure we can. They're going to be a lot more dangerous, though. A straight up battle, urban environment, supply lines. This could pay really well as well. Yeah, the K2 is Cretan. I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Diving into the early lore and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. For example, the original K2 prototype didn't really come out until 3028, I think it was. And so here in spoiler, by the way, so if you there's spoilers here for the main campaign on a Harebrained Schemes BattleTech. So the K2 does show up in that game, and it shows up in 3025. And what you're talking about here is an advanced prototype, is what they kind of talk about it in the game. So they kind of pull that prototype forward by at least, a few years. That's pretty cool. Harry78. Oh man, Harry78 says tag team might be hard. ... Absolutely, man. Not necessarily a fan of trying that out right now. We've gotten real lucky tonight. But for those of you that don't already know, Harry78 does occasionally stream some cool stuff. Go give him a follow. That way, when he does stream some new projects and ideas and games, you can go check him out. But more importantly than that, he is the individual that is in charge of creating, pulling together, and managing everything that is the BEX3025 mod. So if you're out there watching on YouTube and you don't see the links here on our Twitch chat, all you have to do is go over to nexusmods.com and type in 3025. It'll be with the first link that pops up. And if you have any questions or concerns, inside that page is also a link to their Discord. It's a lot of cool stuff. So, Yep. Oh no, Dev dropping hints. Harry's fantastic. Let's see. Harry says, check the text on tag team. Might be something in there. Let's take a look and see what it has to say. Let's see. We have a situation here and we'd like your help. We've detected a joint task force of pirate units operating openly on the planet. We need to hunt them down and turn them to scrap. But even if we do manage to find them, our own forces aren't up to the task of engaging that many enemies at once. We'd like you to send a lance to accompany our own team. The two of you can then engage the enemy together and negate the numerical advantage. Oh, man, that's right. What got caught? Oh, baby. You're good, Tank. Apparently, Chatbot doesn't like Christmas spirit. So you're good. Oh, man. No worries, Harry. No worries. Harry is saying, it might not be the variant I was thinking of. Not sure. Well, there's one way to find out, and we're not necessarily ready to take on 3 skulls. We're pushing it on this 2.5 skull over here. Harry, it's been amazing. With the new AI, I've had to readjust how I evaluate skull missions. So prior to the AI updates, we were taking 2.5 skull missions very much in hand. Like that was where we were at with 1 to 2 mediums and some lights. Now with the AI update, because the AI is so much smarter, and it's fantastic, by the way, effectively we have to roll back to 1.5 to 2 skull missions for that same kind of challenge. We've got 3 mediums on board now, and so we're taking 2 skulls relatively okay unless they flex up a lot. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really, really like the change. The AI is doing really good for getting in there and prioritizing, jumping, meleeing. Allies, I've seen the hugest improvement on. They're super competent, which is amazing. Super, super awesome. I can actually work on pincer tactics, and the AI does what I think it's going to do most of the time, which is pretty awesome as far as like having an AI ally in there. So again, mad props to you, Harry. And for those of you that don't know, Harry78 is an amazing individual, super kind, super fantastic. And if you have any questions, stop on over to their Discord or the Nexus Mods page for 3025, and you'll get some answers. So yeah, Harry says, good to hear. It still does some silly stuff at times, but it surprises. Oh man, I love it. I'm finding I'm getting caught out by what I expect the enemy Op 4 to do and having to adjust accordingly, and it's not in a bad way. It's stuff that makes sense, and I'm feeling new wrinkles grow in my brain as a result, which is pretty darn cool. But ladies and gents, we're going to try our hand at supply lines. Now, this is a 2.5 skull mission, and it's against pirates. So what that means is this 2.5 skull mission could flex to a 3.5 skull, and then because pirates, it could flex to a 4. So this could be very, 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 very dangerous. And needless to say, yeah, this could go well. This could go horribly wrong. So we'll see what happens. We went from 500,000 C-bills to 1.9 million C-bills. So we're in a good spot. Yeah, Harry says, I can tell you are too far from a border with these missions. I mean, I'll show you where we're at. We're right here. Rosselhog Republic. Clan Invasion. Yep. We're on Mulang, I think is what it's supposed to be. Specifically looking for Comstar presence and stuff like that, which is pretty awesome. But Yeah, we've been basically meandering our way all the way down and around and up and waiting to see what happens. That's right, Tank Hair. Welp, Assault Lance incoming. Yeah, I would not be surprised. This mission could flex so hard. And if it does, that's going to be very, very painful. But we're going to take it because it could flex down. I mean, the other option here, ladies and gents, the other option, straight up, is the Reconquest, which is an attack and defend. In general, these are very, very painful because you need to defend, you need to move out and attack, and we don't have very well synergized or very hardy mechs for this. And as a result, this isn't really worth it too much for us. So we're gonna try our hand at supply lines. Fingers crossed. Harry says, bit far from other factions. Check the active factions on planets when considering them. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct, Harry. So for us, it was just Karita and local. That's all that was here. But we wanted to come here because of the potential for Comstar and some good mech parts. And it hasn't disappointed. We're in really good condition with Karita. So when we do take their missions, we're getting some really good loot bundles together. So it's working out generally okay. But yeah, our variations on mission types are not as diverse as they could be because of the situation on the planet that we went to. So, ladies and gents, we're going to come in here and negotiate because we are in our sweet spot for home brew rules between 1.5 million C-bills and 2.5 million C-bills. We will leave it straight in the middle. 500,000 C-bills after bonuses. Pick one, get four is not too shabby. But again, this 2.5 skull mission could end up flexing to, 4 skulls. So that's pretty brutal. That's pretty crazy. In terms of who we want to put in here, I think in an urban battle biome, I think this is going to be an appropriate way to go as well. We'll see. Again, we'll bail out if we need to. Not too worried about it, but it's something to consider. Who do you want to put in here? I think we're going to bring Death Fox down here to the Firestarter. It's a pretty good, solid place to go. In terms of Jack of all trades pilots, I think we're going to put Cyber Gizmo down here in the Vulcan. Good gunnery, decent piloting as well. For the Phoenix Hawk, who do we want to put in there? Do we have anyone that's still pretty decent? We have served cold. Again, with sensor lock as well. It's going to be good. So for the Griffin, we've got a melee mod on there, so we can go for a good gunnery, but I kind of want someone that also potentially has some good piloting. We might be fresh out of that, but again, Flavolicious might be the best choice. We're going to put Flavolicious in there for now, and I think we'll be ready to rock and roll. This could go horribly wrong, but as we all know, that's all part of the fun. So we're going to hit that deploy button. I'm going to grab another swig of soda. I'm going to reach down into the grab bag of Voicedom as well and see what we got. Oh, yeah, man. We'll see how sideways this gets. Baby. Ah, good, delicious Diet Coke. Not my favorite, but it's what we have at the house. It's got caffeine in it. So that basically fits the bill. And a beautiful, beautiful slight crescent view of the planetary atmosphere, man. Blue all the way down to orange. I love it. Objectives are destroy the pirate units. 428,000 C-bills. Pick one, get four for the salvage. 2.5 skull missions. It could flex to 4. Ugh, that'd be painful. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Commander, we're trying to safely transport injured personnel to one of our facilities on Muleng. Unfortunately, satellite surveillance has showed pirate units operating in the region we're expecting to move our medical convoy through. We need a mercenary lance to sweep the area and eliminate any pirate units. Please think of this contract as a mission of mercy. I don't believe that mission of mercy line for a second, but there isn't anything here to be concerned about.
Well, let's dive on in and see what happens. Oh, fingers crossed. This is going to be painful, I think. Whoo-wee. All these cities we keep visiting. It's been an adventure today.
This is the area where the pirate units were spotted. Move forward until you make contact and clear them out. Good hunting, Commander.
Well, we'll see. Electrical transformers can explode, so that's painful. Got to keep an eye on that. Are we backed into a corner? Kinda. We might see some reinforcements on our flanks. Not really sure. Our pirate friends are up here, hiding behind the Bluth Corporation building. At least they're in this area. They could be in a, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And for anyone that did go through and was able to actually correctly guess the prediction, that was a thing. We're gonna choose the outcome for that, and we did win that mission. So for sure, if anyone wants to go in and vote, we're setting up another prediction as well. You can bet channel points to potentially win more channel points as it comes on through. And so we're gonna again do that exact same one. This will be open for 5 minutes submission period. Get your answers on in. Will we win and survive this mission? Fingers crossed, we shall see. Again, if you want to win some more channel points, this is a good way to go. Alrighty. What to do? I think we're just going to move straight forward, and then we're going to see if we need to flank left, this open area. There's another transformer up here of some sort, or flank right and around some of this stuff. Not the most ideal situation, because this is pretty much of a brick wall right here, but we'll see. In the meantime, we're just going to hang out on this left street, and if we have to jockey back and forth between buildings, then we can definitely do so.
What's up, boss?
The big thing is I don't want to be too close to the transformer. That could be a little painful. All things considered, that could be a little dangerous for sure. But, oh man, what are we dealing with? It's pirate mechs. I'm always curious if we're going to run into like a Franken mech of some sort. I'm not necessarily talking about like a cataphract, but pirate mechs, are we going to see a Corsair? Are we going to see some other crazy cool shenaniganery? You never really know. We do have one point of contact up here. No idea about their others. We don't know what sort of formation they're in or how many there are. So we're going to hit that reserve button until we get a bit more information. It is a mech of unknown sort. Getting a little bit closer. Still, we don't know. We're going to reserve all the way down to see who else shows up. Fingers crossed it's not too terribad. It's looking okay.
Yes, Commander.
So we're going to send Death Fox a little bit closer. And there we go. We've got a secondary mech on sensors. I don't know if we have any hiding over here, but they could be a line abreast. They could be lone mechs. Not really sure. This is a Blackjack 1 that is currently at 50% armor. A BJ1 is a pretty decent mech. Really don't want to get shot at it too much. Get shot at it. Oh, what are the words I'm looking for? Shot at by it much. That's a weird sentence. Oh, English language is weird. But either way, we're going to get in there and get some shots rolling on it, and it should be all right.
Engaging target.
One hit, one miss on a Blackjack. If we can get this mech taken down, I'll be pretty happy. The question is, who else is out here? Oh, man, a wild quick draw appears. Holy crap. Out of nowhere, just jumping from one building like a spider monkey. Just bloop all the way in. Oh, my goodness. That was terrifying and really cool at the same time. A wild quick draw appears. That's a little scary. But
You have orders?
in the meantime, we're going to continue to focus down at this Blackjack and see what we can do to make that work. We've got a large laser.
Confirmed.
And bazap into the CT. That's all right. Nothing too bad with that. We'll get that job done. And a Merlin. Oh boy. Okay. They're jumping in. 2 jump capable mechs. A Blackjack, a quick draw, and a Merlin. I haven't seen a Merlin in a long, long while. They're pretty okay mechs. They've got 2 medium lasers, a PPC and LRM-5, some machine guns and flamers. They're kind of a jack of all trades. Plus, they look really cool. Look at that thing. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome indeed. What does this say up here? Not really sure. Base hamper? I don't know. Fine metals. Something. Well, we're going to try to continue to move up and get some shots in on this Blackjack, because if we can't take care of this, it's eventually going to be a hassle. It's going to continue to just strip our armor away with those AC2s over and over and over, plus the medium lasers, and that's just going to be a bummer.
Orders?
Just straight up, hands down. We're going to get up here with, of course, our Phoenix Hawk. We could probably jump, but I want to make sure that we can get as close as we can. Oh, baby! Head destroyed!
Tango down.
Ammo explosion. Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic. Oh, yeah. Someone just got left in the toaster for a few extra minutes too long. Cooked and done. Oh, baby. Oh, man. And now, just like that, pirate units, 33% are done. That means at least of this lance, these are the only 2 that we have left to deal with. The Merlin's not looking so good. I kind of want to deal with this quick draw and get out of line of fire from that, but I also kind of want to drop the building if I can. I don't know if I have enough firepower for that.
Commander,
We can possibly go for it.
move into position.
We can possibly go for it. Even that, though, is not going to be enough. That's really poor chances to hit. So we're going to go for the building. Why not? We're going to try to drop it, bring it on down low. Oh, and down it goes. It was only 80 out of 100, and there it is, 75 damage going into the legs of the Merlin. Oh, baby. Not too shabby. Craig says, take out the building with the Merlin. Absolutely, man. I was on the same wavelength as you were speaking. That was a really, really, really good choice. That worked out well. Firestarter is going to get up here. Pretty decent chance to hit, all things considered, with the machine gun, so we're going to go for it. And Daka. Missing, of course, with the disco light shows. And just kind of giving that Merlin a massage all over. I'm sure it liked it. I'm sure it was fine. Now, the risk we're dealing with here is this quick draw could get in our backfield, and that could be very painful. Quick draws can be very dangerous. Their biggest flaw is they can overheat, but if we're not careful, we have a lot of admittedly lightly armored mechs, even though they have max armor on them. If they get in our backfield, that's going to be a big, painful adventure. That close quarters combat suite on that Vulcan, definitely getting some work done. Love it. Got that pilot finally unsettled, which is pretty darn good. Here it is, another surprise. Correction, it was not a quick draw, it was a Vulcan. Wow. I love the fact that AI is just jumping and doing crazy cool stuff. We have our own Griffin, though, and we were just talking about stuff going horribly wrong in the backsides of mechs. So, yeah, we're going to burn a precision strike to get into the CT. Here we go. Oh, man, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, baby. Ammo explosion. That's going to be painful.
Hit something good.
That's going to be painful. Holy wash. Isaac, man. And the Merlin's just jumping a little bit. Don't know if it's got a quirk for jumping or not, but hey, doing some damage on us.
Holding.
And unless reinforcements arrive, we're in a really, really good spot right now. I'm very, very happy with this. We're going to get up here and melee the Vulcan. No, correction, that is a quick draw. I had it right. Oh, I was looking at our Vulcan name. No, we had it right. It was a quick draw indeed. So, not too shabby. Absolutely good to go. Death Fox, we're going to roll up here and melee as well from the backside. We're going to pull you back with the Firestarter. And here it is, crunching on in. Boom! CT destroyed. Death Fox showing him how it's done. Somebody got ghosted. Oh, yeah.
Enemy down.
I need to set that up as a soundbite. That would be a lot of fun. I just like that served cold as the last one left. And we're going to jump a little wee bit to get some damage boost. We're going to get in here and unload with everything we have minus a small laser. Here we go. Bazap, bazap, bazap. Leg is gone. That is going to be a pilot injury as that mech hits the dirt. Oh, yeah. Doing some solid, solid damage. There we go. Bada bing, bada boo. And Flavalicious with the Griffin is going to walk right up and go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh all the day long. We're going to try the leg, even though we don't have a good chance to hit it. But we're going to see what happens. Some damage is rolling on in. Everything but the leg, I think. Destroyed a heat sink, critted some stuff, and stressed the pilot out. No doubt this is not a situation they want to be in right now. And I don't know how much that Merlin can actually get away without having a leg there. It's moving on up. It's going to wail on us. Oh, gosh. Oh, 55 damage. We're good to go. Took it like a champ. Daka, daka, daka. It's trying to take that right arm off with all of our weapon systems, but it's not enough. Too little, too late. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right indeed. Death Fox is going to walk up behind this mech, possibly on the side over here, and tickle it until it stops moving. Go get him, Death Fox. Smash and dash. There it is. Left arm, left torso. That's going to be pilot injury number 2. Daka, daka, daka with all the MGs, and that's it. The pilot's done. The pilot is done, and just like that, we put a Merlin on the ground. Oh, yeah, Darius is happy. Mission successful. Another successful mission. Ladies and gents, we've been getting very, very, very lucky on these. And I'm very appreciative that that mission did not flex up to a higher difficulty. That would have been very painful. 366,000 C-bills. All our mechs are one piece. All of our pilots are in one piece as well. Yeah, man. That is really, really cool, Craig. I'm pretty stoked about that. We are one piece away from a blackjack. Oh, baby. Oh, man. I hope we can get one more. I don't think there's anything for sale for a blackjack. Oh, fingers crossed. We get both pieces. Yes! Yes! Oh, man. Woo! Oh, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, we are building a blackjack BJ1. Our fourth medium, notwithstanding the dervish we first built and blew up. You know, we're not going to talk about that. But we now have a fourth medium mech. If anyone has some cool ideas here in chat for how to build a blackjack one that's either weird, niche, or just very effective, please let me know here in chat. If you're watching this on YouTube and you have some ideas as well, please post it in the comment section down below. With as often as we are refitting these mechs due to damage and how aggressive we're playing, we're probably going to get a chance to cycle through a couple different builds, assuming the mech doesn't just dynamite. Oh, what are the chances? That is fantastic. Oh, that is so cool. Another PPC is awesome as well. We'll shift click and sell that, but that's really cool. We're going to hit that continue button. We're going to go ready up a blackjack, ladies and gents. We're going to go stand that mech up. And if anyone has any ideas for some cool builds, please let me know. It doesn't have to be the craziest thing in the world, but if it's odd or weird, I am definitely interested in it. Oh, man, that is so cool. Golly gee whiz, that was fantastic. Chat, we went from being $15,000 away from bankruptcy, 15,000 C-bills away from bankruptcy, to having over 200 or 2 million in the bank and building a blackjack. I'd say today's bonus stream so far has gone relatively well. And yes, we've got 8 pieces to build it. We're going to build it. We're going to let Yang go and go down that route. There it is. Blackjacks are solid. No, man, we're going to ready it on up. I want to put that thing into storage. That's pretty darn awesome. So that being said, I think we're going to travel, potentially. I think we're going to find a spot to go. We've used up all the 2.5 and 2 skull missions here, and I do not want to overstay our welcome. We're going to go searching for 2 skull missions again. And actually, before we do that, before we travel, we're going to go and check one more time in the store to see if there's any Wolverine pieces that we can pick up. We've got the C-bills for it now. Shadowhawk parts, we don't have enough to really make that meaningful. Trebuchet parts would be cool. But again, there's only one. It's not going to be enough to actually put a mech together for us. ERPPC for almost $1 million. That's really expensive. LBX10 looks pretty cool. That's kind of a shotgun, I think. I'm trying to recall what the range on that actually is. Max is 450. Optimal is 300. Heat, that's pretty decent. I kind of want to consider picking one of these up. I don't know. And we'll pick one up. Why not? I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though. I don't have a mech build just yet. Maybe we can stick it on the blackjack? That seems a little odd or weird. Streak SRM2s for $27,000. Yes, we're going to pick that up as well. And we are buying, so we're not selling. I almost made that mistake last stream. AC2 ammo. LB2X ammo. We pick up an LB2X or 5X? Well, either way, we'll get a little bit extra. We'll get one of each. That way we just have a little bit extra in there. LB10 as well. That way we're covered. We got our rear ends covered just in case. Machine gun ammo, MG ammo half. We're gonna pick up some more of that as well because we might need it. But that's all right. Really want to pick up some charger pieces, but we just do not have the C-bills for that. So without further ado, let's go over here to the navigation pane. Let's go see what we got for some missions nearby. So we'll see what we can get our hands on. 2 skull. And in addition to that, we're going to come up here to the store filter, and we're going to come down here to Star League. And we're going to see what's nearby. I'm not sure what the difference is between Star League and Star League Advantage. Not really sure if that's meaningful on the map. If it is, please let me know, whether it's Harry, Craig, anyone out there, Tank Hair, give me a holler. But in the meantime, we're going to come up here on our keyboard and press Function 1 or F1 to hide the places we've already been. And we're going to see what we got. So, I don't see any Comstar or Star League stuff here on that. That could be an okay place to go, though. Again, we don't see anything here too much. Could come down here. Inner-level civilization for Inner Sphere. That's pretty decent. But advanced is better chances and better potential as well. Well, shoot. We'll come down here and we'll do that. We'll do Star League Advantage. And we'll see what pops up with that. Looks like everything is generally the same as terms of what the filter is doing. There's pirates up here. I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking for Star League or Comstar presence, and I'm just not seeing much. We got it some up here though. Outer Volta, we got to go through right on the border there of clan space. This could be a little scary, but former Star League presence, Comstar presence as well. Our mission selection isn't going to be very. Yeah, it's not going to be very, very diverse. And we're going to go through a payment cycle as well. So this isn't just 150,000. This is close to 700,000. Yeah, Harry says we're just going to end up fighting pirates for days if we go that way for sure. We could try to work our way back over here. You know, all this fun, crazy stuff. Not sure what the star is for, actually. Oh, a recently discovered Star League cache has brought other visitors to the sleepy agricultural world. Okay, Harry's saying go to the Steiner border. We can work on that. What is this? This looks really cool. I'm very, very intrigued. Is that a flashpoint? Is that what we're looking at? I don't know. Because it's got a different symbol down here. These just kind of are doing that. Oh, and there's a symbol down here too. I'm curious. That's a Star League planet. Oh, I'm starting to understand now. Okay. Those are the Star League advanced planets. Okay, cool. I did not know that. That's pretty awesome. So let's see. Harry says, if you want to go back, then follow Davian Karita border. Are we talking basically down this way, working our way south and working our way back again? Yeah, we kind of came up that way, as it were. We'll see what we have south of us. There's not really that many good prospects north of us right now. This has at least 3, which is a little better. There's not a lot here. Moderate population. Travel world, stuff like that. We could go all the way into Rosselhog Republic space. Inner sphere level civilization. Tainted atmosphere. There's a lot of stuff here. And it's 2 skulls, so. Yeah, Harry says, yeah, don't go through the middle of factions. It's very dry. You won't be seeing the new mechs. Fair enough. To be fair, we just finally ran into a Grand Dragon. That was horrifying. We got very, very, very lucky that in the 3 times it meleeed us, our mech whiffed 2 and survived the 3rd. So that was pretty impressive. This is 23 days away, 120,000 C-bills. Ugh, man. I wish there was something a little bit closer that was a bit more meaningful. It wasn't so bad, but yeah. Even if we jump over here, it's not going to be super great. We could take a travel contract here, but again, there's not too much going on. It is a half skull mission though, so we could travel there, take that contract, get a few cheap, easy C-bills, and then reevaluate on where we want to go. That could be something I think is worthwhile. That being said, I think it's probably a pretty solid bet. I think we'll travel there, and then we'll reevaluate in a week's time, as it were, here in game, and we'll go from there. Travel contracts. Pretty straightforward. Who's it against, actually? It's an escort convoy. Looks like it's going up against. Yeah, not really sure, but hey, it is what it is. It pays not amazing, but the salvage is okay. 17 days away, and travel's covered. So I think we'll do that, unless we decide to do this one. Challenge. Ooh, a solo duel. Ooh. The question is, what tonnage are they going for? I have concerns because the heaviest thing I have is a 55. Oh, We haven't done a duel. That could be pretty cool. Yeah, Crick is saying that mission might give a morale boost. Are we talking about challenge accepted? Because this might be pretty cool to try out. That could be awesome. I'm not really sure where Baroon is, but it is what it is. Humanitarian? Oh, that's a good point. Well, I tell you what, we'll try out the humanitarians then, especially since there's a potential morale boost here that we don't have to worry about based on income. We're doing good, but it could be better. I think we'll dive into that probably. Tank Hair says, do I have an appropriate mech for a duel? I've got a lot of melee-focused mechs, which could be appropriate. So I think we could probably do okay. I just don't know if they're going to want to put in a 65 or higher ton limit on the mech. I just don't know that because the highest I can go right now is 55 with a triple SRM Griffin that also has a bunch of melee mods on it. So when in doubt, punch it out and you can make it work. But I think we'll do humanitarians for now, and we'll see if we're in a better position to potentially go for the challenge accepted. Actually, that being said, this is to Barun Ernst. They're both on the same planet. So, sure, we'll do humanitarians, and then we'll potentially go in and do that. Why not? It seems like it'll work all right. We're going to go ahead and hit that negotiation button. We're going to get stuck on in, and because we are between our sweet spot of 1.5 to 2.5 million C-bills, we'll leave it here in the middle. Pick 2, get 8, 110, 11,000 C-bills is pretty darn decent. And we're going to hit that go button. That half skull could flex to a 1.5 skull, and it's also a pirate mission against them, so it could flex to 2. So this still could be a very, very dangerous mission, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We're doing good. We're going to shift click to get to the point where we can do another Argo upgrade and see what we can't select. We are 4 or 5 away from having all of the Argo upgrades fully unlocked. And once we do that, then we can start combining mech pieces. You can do it earlier, but it's kind of our house rule that we didn't want to start doing that until we had everything on the Argo upgraded. Yang and Dr. Murad are going to have a lot to work on until we get to that point. So, oh gosh, Craig. Oh no, Craig. Correct. Right. We readied it, but we got to actually build it out. So I'm going to hit that pause button. Ah, shoot. Craig, thank you very much. You just saved our bacon. 6 days. We'll be okay. We've got an upgraded enough mech bay. I think it'll be all right. But here we go. We have an event, a leadership moment. Strolling down the hall, you collide with Technophobe, who seems to be in a hurry. Oh, Commander, I was looking for Darius, but you'll do. Red Potato's on the verge of a brawl with Sarvik. They need you to remind them that they're teammates, not enemies. You raise your eyebrows. You have command experience, don't you, Technophobe? Technophobe blinks. Well, yeah, but on board your ship, I'm just a pilot. I don't want to overstep my authority. All right. Let's make this a learning exercise. How about that? You say, in an outfit like this, you only get promoted if you take the initiative. You pause meaningfully. Technophobe says, honestly, I'm fine just being a pilot right now. So anyhow, about those guys, I don't want anyone to end up in the med bay. You sigh and contact Darius to deal with the issue. Oh man, Technophobe. So close. So close. But I get it. I get it, for sure. All right. Thank you very much, Craig 0077, my good friend. He's reminded us that we need to actually, we readied up a blackjack, but we actually get to get in here and build it on up. We actually have to do some stuff to it, because right now it's just big stub arms, and that's not very useful. So we're going to get in here and refit this max armor right off the bat. Does anyone have any cool or weird or quirky ideas to stuff in on this thing? I mean, we've got about 12 or 13 tons to play with. We could put an AC-20 on it. We have one LBX-10. We have a UAC-5 as well. That could be pretty cool. I don't know how it's going to be useful, and it's going to be too much tonnage, but I've never used a UAC before. That could be pretty interesting. We could also put large lasers or PPCs on it. 2 large lasers? Yeah, we've got PPCs as well. 2 large laser builds are pretty common with what we've been tackling so far. It seems to work out all right. Ooh. Uh-huh. We don't have enough large lasers, but we could try to make that work. 3 large lasers and a medium? That could be fun. Might not have the tonnage for it, but that could be pretty fun. That'd be really hot, though, too. 2 large lasers, 2 mediums, and a boatload of heat sinks? That could work out pretty good, I think. What is chat's thoughts on that? What does everyone think about that? We could get in here and put in some small lasers. I don't know if we're really going to get good use out of that. It's too hot right now, but we could always put heat sinks in for sure. Like, I'm not too worried about that. 4-bar heat efficiency is usually where I want to end up. I'm usually very, very happy with that. But, there's a couple other things we can do. Leg mods, we could give it a DFA. We could give it some jump jets. We can keep putting more weapons on board. We can keep doing that. Or at least one small and another ER. And we can, go back in and put more heat sinks in. What does everyone think? What about this? What about this crazy, crazy build? I know it's factoring in right now the extra amount of small lasers going in. We have an ER and a small laser. Ooh. Actually, think about this for a second. I'm going to go stuff this ER, small laser, into our melee locust real quick. Then we'll come back in and figure this one out. So what does everyone think? 2 large lasers? 3 large lasers? There's a couple different ways we could roll with that for sure. We'll put an ER small laser in here. We'll get this ready to go, and that'll be all handy dandy. 1,000 C-bills one day, that's all right. Crick is saying 2 large, 2 mediums. Do you want to put the larges on the arms, or do you want to put them into the CTs, or into the torsos where they're a little bit more protected? Maybe jump jets, eh? Yeah, we could probably use that. That'd probably be all right. I'm expecting we're going to lose our arms potentially, so my guess, my gut feel is to do this. 2 in the torsos, 2 in the arms. We'll put some ammo back in as well. We could do some really cool stuff with jump jets if we really wanted to. 1 in the leg. And we could do some more as well. We've got the tonnage for it. We've got a lot of tonnage. Torsos for the large lasers. All right, that'll work out well. We'll put some heat sinks in here as well. Put those all into the CT. We don't have any gyros or anything else like that. Otherwise, we put those in as well. That's doing pretty good. 4-bar heat efficiency is not too shabby. We've got 2 more tons. We could put... Actually, chat, what I'm going to do here, because small lasers are super, super useful. We're going to put a small laser in each torso, and then we're going to use that extra last point for some heat sinks. We're going to put that straight up in the head. We're going to put this down here like this, and we're going to put that heat sink down here. That way, if we do have to bail, we don't lose it. Now, this is a 3-bar heat efficiency, but if we pull out the small lasers, it goes back up to 4 or 5. So I'm not too worried about that. We're not going to be using the small lasers in most situations. Usually, if we're going for melee, and we're going to cycle off a large laser or 2 if we have to. So this is a pretty cool build, actually. We'll call that the Breadbox Privateer variant. I like it. The symmetry speaks to me. I like it a lot. If we had some extra cool equipment or hardware, we'd throw that in here, but I'm pretty happy with this. Max armor. Oh, ladies and gents. I want max armor on this. We're gonna be brawling. Oh, that's a bummer. We're gonna reset. We're gonna reset here. Gonna pull the jump jets off and just see what we get here, because I want to absolutely have maximum armor no matter what we do. Yeah. Shoot. We can just pull out a heat sink, put 2 of these back in. Now this is gonna be a bit of a bummer. We're gonna be ground bound, but again, without the small lasers, we're at 5-bar heat efficiency. We're still good. And then we're gonna put the heat sinks back here into the CT. So this is okay. I'm okay with this. A ground-based blackjack is not the worst thing in the world, and I think it'll be okay. We're gonna see if we can lower this stuff down again, matching our arms for armor. See what that buys us tonnage-wise. Not a lot, but we could pull a small laser out and do something else in here, possibly for a jump jet, simply to allow our DFAs to exist. What do we say about that? We'll put that in there. Do this here. That way, at the very least, we can DFA if we absolutely need to. And then we'll just slowly work this up until we're just about maxed out. We'll drop 1 back down here. Give ourselves a little bit more on each of the legs. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. 1 jump jet. That way we can at least DFA if we need to, if we are weapons hot or whatever it may be. And here we go. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. That's pretty handy dandy. 6 days with our upgrades on the Argo. We're well positioned to handle that just fine. So we're going to continue to do that. We're going to go in there and press that play button, put time back on the clock. Our Argo upgrade will be finished. We're going to take a look to see what we can buy. My guess is not a lot. Everything is getting fairly expensive. This isn't too bad, though. Medbay is pretty cheap, 450,000 C-bills. That's expensive at 1.25, and that's expensive as well. So we'll do the Medbay here. Allow us to get at least a few more people back. And then we'll have to start saving up. Our next upgrades are going to be very, very pricey. Very pricey indeed, especially with our financial report coming up. Oh, everyone's expensive. Golly gee whiz. Everyone's just got a lot of money they want, and then we've got a lot of equipment to restore, and the Argo is probably continuously breaking down. So, beautiful approach to the planet. Pretty darn straightforward. That's nice. 974,000 chat, ladies and gentlemen. We're broke again.
We've arrived at Baroon Earth, Commander. Ready to proceed with our current contract?
Not just yet, Darius. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna take a look at what we have for additional contracts at this planetary location. See if that extra one's ooh, that's right. We've got some good missions we can do here, chat. Now, thankfully, these are all for Karita, which is okay. Oh, I think we're going to be all right, ladies and gentlemen. I think we will definitely be able to recover our C-bill funds, and I think we'll be good to go. This is pretty awesome. It's legit pretty darn awesome. That's cool. What do we have for a store here? Is there anything that we can buy? That's the big question. And the answer is yes, there are parts here. There are things here. Generators are pretty awesome. But again, that's a full one. Panther parts, Phoenix Hawk parts, Stalker parts, golly gee whiz, Thunderbolt parts, and Whitworth parts. Wow. Everything but a everything but a Wolverine, which is what we truly, truly need. Wow, that's really expensive. There's a lot of cool stuff here as a catapult for 6.4 million C-bills. Not too shabby. As far as weapons go, we got a Narc Beacon, another UAC 5. I would like to pick one of these up. We'll wait to see how the missions go, but I think I'll be picking that up. We could possibly get a twin UAC 5 on a mech. That'd be pretty cool to play with. That'd be all right. Nice, 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 nice. Cool stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've reached just past that 2-hour mark, and I'm going to call it there for today. Thank you very much for stopping on by. Thank you very much to Harry and Craig and Tank Hair and everyone else that's been doing a lot of cool stuff. Tanja Falkenbach for the gift subs, Data King 1 for the resub as well, and a few days ago for Lilicoder for the follow. If we have enough people, and we're going to try to find someone to raid, it'll be pretty darn cool. And Seawolf shows on up. Baby, baby, baby. I'm going to switch this over to the stream thank you page. We'll find someone to raid. And again, I'll be back on Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Oh, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. And as always, I'll see you next time.